Hey guys, this is a new video to talk about Clash of Clans versus DomiNations. This isn't to talk about which game is better or which game is worse. This is just to talk about the similarities, the differences, and my opinion on both games, and hopefully get some Clash of Clans people to try out DomiNations. And if you haven't tried out Clash of Clans already, you might want to try it out also. So let's talk about the similarities first. The first similarities that are obvious are the town center, which is the town hall in Clash of Clans. Both games do have towers. Both games do have mortars, but we actually have a catapult first. But then, if you upgrade into the later ages, you can actually get a mortar also. Both games do have like a cannon, but in DomiNations it's a ballista tower, but it's much stronger than a cannon in Clash of Clans. The next thing would be walls. They protect whatever's inside. The next thing that would be similar is the houses. We use these houses to have builders to build, our resource buildings or defensive buildings, of course. You can actually get these by purchasing with normal gold, but you get them every other age, I think. But in Clash of Clans, you actually have to use a builder's hut, but to get more builder's hut than two, you have to actually use gems to buy them. So I don't really like that. And gems, we have crowns, but they have gems. It's basically the same thing. It's free to play, but it's always pay to win. And so that's, how these games work. Barracks are quite similar. You build up troops, but in Clash of Clans, you build up troops in barracks, and then they go to the army camp. Here, you build up the troops here, and then they just go, into the barracks themselves. The next thing that is similar is we have a war academy for war tactics, which are similar to spells in Clash of Clans. We also have farms, which are similar to elixir collectors. We also have caravans, which are similar to gold mines. We also have mills, which are similar to elixir storage, and we have markets, which are basically gold storage. We also have an alliance gate that you have to repair before you can actually use it. And same thing in Clash of Clans, which is called a clan castle. We also have a blacksmith, which is basically to upgrade our units, our generals, our tactics, which is basically spells, and our troops. Generals are basically like kings and queens, but definitely not as strong. They're much weaker, much weaker. Another similarity is that we have achievements also and goals, and so you can get more crowns or gems in Clash of Clans. The next thing that we do have is alliance chat. If you join an alliance, you can actually request troops and donate troops, and you can chat in the chat. But we don't have a global chat, which I wish we did have. Maybe they might be working on that. I'm not quite sure. I hope so though, because I really like that a lot. Another things are the settings are similar. You can link a device. You can use Facebook to connect, Google Plus to connect. We don't have as many languages supported yet, but they're getting there. And so another thing that we do have similar is our medals. Instead of medals, they have trophies in Clash of Clans, and we also have leagues now recently. But they already have leagues in Clash of Clans, and they use you start copper, silver, gold, kingdom, empire, dynasty. Level 3, level 2, level 1, etc. It's very similar. Top players, top alliances, friends, etc. Those are quite similar. We both have treaties in these games. They're quite similar. As when you get attacked and you lose a certain amount of stars, then you'll get a certain amount of a peace treaty. If if your base defends very well, then you won't have a peace treaty. The next thing that is similar is that we have defensive reports, attack reports, and we have inbox if they have any news personally. You can't see it here, but because no one has attacked me recently, but we actually do have a revenge option also and a replay option. Another thing that is similar is that we have single player campaigns, and they work very similar. If you click on them, then you just go to the next one and then you can attack. They're very similar. And the last thing that I would like to talk about that is similar is the PvP battles, which you play against other players. And so the matchmaking is not similar, I don't think. Hopefully they'll be working on the matchmaking, because you usually get matched up against people much higher level than you. Another, it's basically very similar. You get 30 seconds to start the battle. You can observe, choose a next match. I started by accident. But, you can also attack, put down the troops wherever you like. and then you can also end the battle also. So that's very similar to Clash of Clans. And it tells you, your loot and what your bonuses are, etc. And so these are a lot of the similarities of Clash of Clans and DomiNations. But now let's talk about the differences. Okay guys, let's talk about the differences. So one of the biggest differences is that we have ages instead of leveling up. So we go through the ages, and so it starts from the Dawn Age all the way up to the Space Age eventually. Right now, currently I'm in the Medieval Age, and I can upgrade to the Gunpowder Age soon. So that's one of the biggest differences. Another big difference is that we have nations. We have up to 7 nations that you can choose when you advance to the Iron Age, and there are the French, the Germans, the British, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Greeks, and the Romans. And each nation has their own skill set. For example, the Japanese have very strong infantry units, and they have longer peace treaties. But like the Chinese, they have another citizen, which is kind of helpful, and they have more archers. They have stronger archers, actually. So that's another big difference. Another difference is that we have wonders, and the wonders, basically you get them every other age, and they basically give you bonuses. So like this one gives you defender health bonus, and they decrease spawn time. And this is a Roman Coliseum. It just produces troops, and it's really nice because you actually get to see these historical landmarks, like the Roman Coliseum and Acropolis. It's really cool, I think, and the art style is actually very different for each nation. So this is the Japanese nation, what it looks like, but if you looked at the British nation or like the French nation, it looks completely different, and I think that's really cool because they specified art for every single nation, and that's really cool. And I wish they would add more nations, but I understand that adding too many would make the game very difficult, and so that's another difference. Another big difference is that we have Temple, which basically has blessings, which give us like bonuses basically. So we can get like an armor bonus for like 30%, etc. We have trade goods that we use to purchase the blessings I just showed you earlier, and we also have fruit trees. It's basically like a farm, but they take longer to respawn. So we get 2 sources of food and gold. We also have a library which we can research skills that will come in handy later, that we get more gold, more food, or we get stronger towers, or we get another tower, or another catapult, etc. So that's actually very cool. Another big difference that we do have is that we have roads, and these roads, basically if you connect them to more buildings, then you can actually get more gold, and that's very helpful. Another thing that we do have is mercenary camp. A mercenary camp we use to recruit. We use the trade goods that we get earlier, and we can recruit more troops that we can use in battle, which are very helpful. There are many differences in these games. The art style is completely different than Clash of Clans, but I think there's a lot of things that you guys can actually enjoy in these games. So one of the biggest things that I wish Clash of Clans has is actually rallying. And rallying is where you gather all your troops to a certain spot or attack a certain building. In DomiNations, they have it from the get-go. If you see, you just put a troop down and you click this left button right here, you can actually gather your troops to go to a certain spot, like here, and then you can use like a heal spell to or a heal, like a first aid to heal them all up in one area, which is actually really helpful. It's similar to like a flare in Boom Beach if you have that. But in Clash of Clans, you gotta hope that they're just going to the right area, because you can't choose what they really attack. Besides, they already have a preference, but besides that, you can't just gather them to attack a certain thing, which would actually be really helpful when you need to take out like a really big wall or something, or a strong defensive building. One of the things I wish DomiNations has is actually a Alliance Wars. We don't actually, or Clan Wars. We don't have that yet, and so right now in the Alliance it's just quite boring. You don't really do anything. You just chat, donate troops, request troops, and that's basically it. I can't wait. I heard that they are adding it soon, but I don't know when that will be. So I'm really looking forward to that though. One of the last things I wish that DomiNations has is more troops. We only have 7 troops. But in Clash of Clans, I heard that there are like many troops, and so I wish, that they would have air units. We actually only have ground units, but I heard in the next patch or whenever that they're adding more air units and they're having an airport, and so they're probably going to have anti-air defensive buildings, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I can't wait for the industrial age. It's supposed to be coming out who knows when, but it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. One of the biggest sellers, the biggest points about this game is about history and choosing a nation. You can choose one of 7 nations, and you can choose, a wonder, one of four wonders from each, not each age, but every other age. And so you get to see the different, art styles. You get to see the different troops. You get to see how they evolve. When you get to the Gunpowder age, they actually end up holding guns instead of, the archers don't hold bow and arrows anymore, and they hold guns, and it's really cool. So I wish that you guys would try this game out, and I hope I made the video interesting enough for Clash of Clans people that oh, you want to give this a chance, maybe you might want to try it out. It is available on the Google Play Store and the App Store, so definitely check it out. And I hope that if you guys do enjoy this, I hope that you guys will watch some more of my videos and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.